Okay. Guys, what's going on? The title of this video is going to be Boredom leads to desire, and desire leads to vices. And I'm gonna explain to you in this video how to get rid of your vices. Okay, vices, addictions, stuff that you know that you're doing, should not be doing. They're hindering your progress. They are stopping you. They are standing in the way between you becoming better. Standing of the way of you becoming your better version, your optimized version, your 10.0 version. Okay, so pay attention. Boredom leads to desire. When you're bored, when you have nothing to do, when you take days off from what? From your life. When you take days off, when you are when you think that you need to stop working, they convinced you that you need to stop working, innit? They convinced you that you have to take rest. It's natural, you have to take rest, otherwise you will burn out. You have to take rest, you have to take the weekend off, you have to take this off. It's all nonsense. It's all the idea is that the system puts upon you to keep you low, to keep you at the low, to keep you from reaching your higher self. Okay, and I'm not saying a person should not rest, should not take a day off to rest, to actually refuel. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying people should not take vacations and enjoy. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you don't want to adopt the idea that you need to rest systematically in order to function. You take a day off whenever you feel like taking a day off, because you need it. Okay, it's not because it's part of life, or it's not because it has to happen. It happens when you choose, when you feel like you need it to rest, then you do it. But the problem is with people is that they systematically put in their week, their schedule, a certain time to do nothing, a certain time to rest, because previously they're burned out from their own work, from the work they're doing. They don't like the work they're doing, they don't like their life, they don't like their physique, they don't even like probably their spouse, they don't like their life basically. So they feel that they have to take some time off to to rest, to do nothing. And that time where you do nothing, that's the dangerous time. That's the dangerous time when you start thinking about how am I gonna fill up this time. This is the time when your desires start to pop out. This is the time when you start thinking about things to do, to enjoy yourself. It could be overindulging in comfort, it could be overindulging in food, and people do all sorts of crazy stuff, all sorts of crazy shit. The vices out there, the weed, the porn, the excess food, the shit food, all these shit snacks. Some people gamble, some people get addicted and play video games a lot. Everybody has his own vice. Some people just go out and drink, and it's the weekend, we have to relax, we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to rest from our miserable life. So we have to go out and drink and sniff some coke and do some pills and listen to some stupid music, hang around with some stupid losers that are damaging themselves, and everybody, let's pretend that we're having a blast. Okay, I'm not saying that a person should not have fun. I am not saying that. What I'm saying is everything has to come from the correct mindset. Okay, I hope I make this clear. Everything has to come from the correct mindset. If your mindset is that I need to take time off because I'm tired from my life, this is destructive. You don't want to take time off because you do not like your life, you do not like the way you live your days. This is destructive. When you take days off, if you're living in a situation right now that you don't like your physique, you don't like what you do for a living, you don't like your life, you're not feeling good about yourself, and you think that you need to take time off to rest from that, then go back at it again, do the same, you are trapping yourself. you are trapping yourself in the same circle, the same vicious circle. Okay? What needs to happen ideally is that you are enjoying your days, you are excited about waking up because you do what you love to do, you are on purpose during your days, and then because you are on purpose and because you enjoy what you do, and you every day you're giving your 100% because you love it, you enjoy it, and you're just living your life, you know, you're loving your job, you're loving what you do, and then at some point you feel like, oh shit, my muscles are achy, my brain is tired a little bit, I'm enjoying this, but I need to take, you know, some time to rest, to recharge, or just change environment, and I can't wait to go back at it again. This is how it should be. Okay, this is the mindset. It's the rest time is part of your purpose. It's not an escape from your life. Okay, so I hope I made this clear. Now let's move on to the topic of this video. If you are in this position and you are taking that time off because you feel not good about yourself and you need it to just get some breathing room before you go back to the torture again, this is what's gonna lead you to, in that time, you're gonna start thinking about stuff to do to, you know, to elevate your dopamine levels in your body. And that's gonna be negative. That's gonna be negative stuff. And then you, after you do that shit, you get guilt and shame because you know what you've done is not good for you. Subconsciously, you know, your conscience is talking to you, telling you that drug, that pill, that night out yesterday with the boys and you got smashed, it's not good for you. You know it's not healthy. Do you know what I mean? You know. So you feel some shame and guilt subconsciously there. And then what happens? It adds up to your misery. That shame and guilt feeling, it only adds up to your misery. And then you can't wait for the next time that you're gonna take that time off again to get rid of that misery, that bad feeling that you have inside, and you're gonna do the same shit again. You're gonna try some other vice, or you're just gonna go back to your vice to get rid of that bad feeling. Okay? So, and that's what happens to people, and then they get addicted. That's where people get vices. The vice becomes part of your life because you are in a vicious circle. You are not what you want to be, you don't like it, and then you have a flawed idea that you need to take time off from that to rest, and it sounds logical. You take the time off, you're bored, you have that time, you indulge in vices to shut down that bad feeling inside, and then you repeat again, you repeat again, you repeat again. Okay? So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Boredom leads to desires, and desires leads to vices. How do you get rid of it? If you have a vice right now, if you're in deep shit and you have vices, you have vices, and you came to the point you realize that you don't want this anymore. You know it's not making you feel good. It comes a point where it becomes too much. It's not fun anymore. It's literally destroying you. I had a call the other day from one guy, and he was struggling with the drink, basically, struggling with the drink and the drugs. You know, and he's a smart guy and everything, but he doesn't understand how he cannot stop. The weekend comes, and then he goes on a 3-day blast of drugs and alcohol, and he cannot stop. And he's a guy that is conscious about he needs to be healthy, he trains, he goes to the gym, but it just became something uncontrollable because he did it. He always doing it. He's always doing it, and it became a vice of his. Whenever he feels weak, he just goes to that outlet, and he's basically now aware that he has a problem because he cannot control himself. He controls himself for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then suddenly, boom, he runs again 3 days out there, you know, doing all the wrong stuff. So how do we get out of this? First, you need to have this awareness. You need to understand what's going on. Okay, this is the first thing. Second thing is you cannot get bored anymore. It doesn't matter if you have time or if you're working your ass off and then you have only 1 day off the week or whatever. You cannot get bored. That time off that you have, you need to use it to work on purpose, to build yourself up. You need to work, you need to find your purpose, basically, and you need to be living your purpose. If you're not living your purpose, your life is going to be freaking miserable. Trust me. It doesn't matter if you have money or you don't have money. If you have money and you're not working on purpose, you're doing something you don't like, and it's gonna make you miserable at the end. If you do not have money and you're trapped in a shit job and you don't like it, you're also miserable because you're not working on purpose and you can't even do it. You think you cannot do it because you're trapped. You don't have time for it. So you're gonna have to take that time, that little free time that you have, to start working on purpose. And by working on purpose, you're not gonna get bored anymore. Your purpose should be more exciting for you than any drug, any outlet out there. Creating the best you, creating the version of you that you love and respect, that you admire and respect, creating that version of you that's going to give you the life that you deserve, that you want, has to be more appealing, more important to you than anything else. So when that time comes, when you have a little bit of time, you have to use it to work on you. You work on yourself. You wake up early. You train, you build your physique, you build your mind, you build the habits that are gonna build you, and you work on the skill that you want to be good at, that's gonna give you financial freedom at some point. Now, that free time that you have becomes part of your purpose. And even in your job that you hate at the moment, or your work that you hate, your company that you don't like anymore, your business that you don't like anymore, you need to adopt the mindset of gratefulness because you have it right now. It could have been worse, but now you have something to rely on just for income or whatever, and you're gonna use it to propel you to the next level. How are you gonna use it? You're gonna do your best at everything. Even in the thing that you don't like, you have to make the most out of it. You're gonna give your best because you know you're not staying there. You know that you're giving all you got, even though you don't like the situation where you are right now, because you know you're getting out of that. You're gonna use that effort that you're gonna put in that job to possibly open a new opportunity for you, either outside that work that you're doing right now, or get promoted in the same space, or literally find something else to do, okay? Or just save as much as possible so you can open your business, you can invest in your education and become better. And once you become better, you're gonna start seeing solutions. If you're gonna find solution, you're gonna fix your life, it's gonna be you. You have to become wiser. It's not circumstances outside. You have to become literally wiser and stronger and more brave in order to take the right decisions and the correct decisions at the same time. But you need to be strong, you need to be disciplined, you need to become that person that can solve problems. Okay, you need to become self-reliant. So you're gonna use the free time to work on you, and you are going to give your best, even in the thing that you don't like, because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. You're building your character right now, you're building yourself. Okay, you are literally creating a new you, a person that excels at everything he does, whether he like it or not. And that person, when you become that person, you are going to literally deserve the next step. Okay, you work relentlessly on what you're doing right now. You work relentlessly on you, developing your mind and your skills, and you work on relentlessly on developing your physique. Okay, I recommend everybody to wake up early between 5 and 7 in the morning and hit the gym first thing in the morning. Work on your physique. Once you change your physique, your self-image is gonna start shifting. You're gonna start believing more in yourself. Okay, so that's step number 1. Step number 2, discover your purpose, and this is a discovery process. Every one of us has a purpose on this earth. Okay, every one of us has a purpose, has a certain personality, certain set of skills. God has put you here not randomly. You have a purpose to fulfill, and you need to find that purpose. This is a discovery process. I didn't discover my purpose for years because also I didn't have the proper role models around me, but I understood it with time. And the first thing you need to do is work on you. It's the previous step. When you work on you, your purpose is gonna show up. Trust me. When you build the best you, one day you will see you will understand, you will figure out your purpose. Okay, so once you figure out your purpose, you start working on it. But as I told you, the first step is building yourself, and then you're gonna build a skill, business, whatever, and that's gonna be part of your purpose, and you're gonna develop yourself. So once you are on purpose already, by starting to develop yourself, you don't have energy for this stupid shit, because developing the best you is more important to you than anything in the world. You understand? You're not gonna get bored anymore. You don't have time to get bored. You wake up, you have shit to do, you have shit to read, you have workout to do, you have things to investigate, you have a skill to learn. You don't have time for stupid shit. Okay, so this is you are on purpose, and you're building the best you. When you build the best you, wake up in the morning, go to the gym, you're literally shifting your energy. And then once your energy is shifted, you're not in a negative state anymore. You're not in a desire state. You are in a loving state because you're engaging in an activity that is loving yourself. Basically, you're in a loving state. Okay, when you start seeing good results, you start accepting and liking yourself, and that's a good state. That's a higher vibration state. Once you're there, you're not going to see lower vibration activities, or at least they're not going to be that appealing. The lower frequency activities, they're not going to be that appealing to you. And then slowly you're going to start getting away from that, moving away from these vices, moving away from these lower activities that they're not suitable for you anymore. You're a higher being now. You're not dealing with that stupid shit anymore. Okay? And then there you have it. You free yourself from the vices by building yourself up, by having the correct mindset, the correct habits that I teach you. You can check out my IG and you see my habits every day. Early wake up, and then I start working on myself directly, building me. And then once I build me, I start giving that version of me, that elevated version. I serve the world, start serving the world, my clients, my family, and giving a good example. That's literally going to free you from all the attachment to the vices and the weaknesses that you have. You have to make yourself strong in order to get rid of your vices. We only exist in two frames, in a high frequency and a low frequency. Whenever you feel low, grab one of these videos, grab a book, grab something, quote book, a motivational literature from somebody that has excelled in some field, and read. Change your vibration. Don't stay there. Okay? Work on yourself. Adopt the correct mindset. You are on purpose right now. You're not drifting through life. And free yourself from your vices.